Big steppers. We are live officially. Test the mic. We are live. You can hear me, right? Let's see. Yes, you can. You can. You can hear me. Perfect. So we live. Welcome to Get the Stepping with S2. I'm your host S2. And we about to get the stepping. Hey, the crazy part is this. Like I was always meant to be like a super morning show, but I'm a morning person. But my morning routine doesn't allow for me to like sit in a chair and just be like right here in the morning. Not if I'm like thriving the most, right? And I feel like everybody has their routine that helps them thrive the most. So for me, back like a couple of weeks ago when I was going through job interviews, check out that last video. It was when I was talking about transition into the workforce all that time. So for me, my morning routine back when I was going through job interviews, they asked me like, what do you do in the morning to help you prepare for the day? So my morning routine has been the same since like 4 or 5 years, I'll say, of my life. And that's basically me waking up, journaling my notebook for a bit, um, go in and do my like meditation for a little bit, let the shower run, you know what I'm saying? Get a nice, just a chill environment going. I feel like that's the most important thing in the morning, right? But over the years, so it first started, I wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, going all the way back to football days, right? College football days, even high school football, waking up before school. So and I was naturally a morning person then, but my morning routine always involved physical routine. So even dating back to my whole time of entrepreneurship, my morning routine has always involved physical routines. So when I had first got down here to Florida, it was such a different thing for me because I was, when I first got down here, I wasn't technically at a job, but I was, working in a real estate space, in the office. And that just was a whole different routine. I like being around people, but as far as waking up in the morning and just like going to quote unquote work, it was different for me because my morning routine, again, it involves me being able to work out. So that one I had to be in at like 10. I feel like if you're in at like 10 o'clock in the morning, then that's a good time for you to, you know what I'm saying, actually be in a space where you're able to work out, maybe, get some breakfast. And that's another thing. Breakfast is like a big thing for me. But if I wake up early enough, I don't have breakfast, right? So like my morning routine, get back to it. I wake up in the morning, to light a candle, turn the shower on, get a nice steam in the bathroom, and then I just set my clock for like 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, and just really meditate and just relax my mind, think about nothing, and create a nice ambiance. And then after that, I go ahead and get up and get a workout in. So the workout either a run or I hit the gym, either one of them, depending on my mood. And then I come back, get a nice shower, then a breakfast, and then I get my day started. So that's why, to make a long story short, why the streams be starting at like 11 or like 8 or 9:30, or because it be depending on that time. But this is a new thing for me. This is really early in the morning, and I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning this morning, and it allowed me a little bit of time to get my day started a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But when it's so early in the morning, it's like you got to really be up for it, right? So like, to go back a little bit, when I was working this one job, I had to be there at like, the day started at 7 or 8. They started at 8. I would have to leave, really early, just to make sure, dodge traffic and all that. Cause I don't like sitting in traffic. I rather just get there early. But that being said, it was crazy, man. I feel like the most important thing has to be, no matter where you're at, no matter where, if you're working for somebody, no matter if you're working for yourself, no matter what the case may be, it has to be to ultimately put yourself in a position to be able to create a job or a business that aligns with your lifestyle. No matter, again, if you're working for somebody or not, you still can have investments. Those investments will then buy you time to be able to ultimately create a job or a business that aligns around your lifestyle. Since I've been young, and what attracted me to real estate investing and what attracted me to real estate wholesaling, that's like, what I do throughout my day or whatever. It's my day job, if you want to call it that. Real estate investing, real estate wholesaling, it's a tedious process. It's a grind, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's something that you can do from wherever, right? So you can be, in California doing deals in New York, and you can wake up in California at, 7 a.m. and it's 10 a.m. in New York, and you're getting a leg up on the competition. So just using the time difference. But it's so many different ways, and ultimately it's you building the process out, right? So yes, you are building a business. So it is a business that you're building, but you're also building the process. And that is the most important thing, guys, because we talk about generational wealth, right? So generational wealth, what does that ultimately mean to you? Does it mean to just be able to put yourself in a position where your family has money? If that's the case, then have you heard like why generational wealth usually goes away by the third generation? Mostly to the second generation, but oftentimes it's the third generation. So the process that they explain as far as why generational wealth goes away by the third generation. Let's say the first generation knows grind, right? They know how to grind, so they're the ones who make the wealth. The first generation, they actually create the wealth. They make the foundation for it. They create the processes. They put everything in place to create the wealth. The second generation, they in turn grow the wealth, right? Now they know the processes. They sat back and they saw their older parents, grandparents, whoever it may be. They saw them work and put this business together. So now they're like, hey, how do I take it a step further? How do I grow the wealth? That's if you have a really successful one. Some of them, they skip the second one and they go right to the third part. And the third part is after they grow the wealth to a certain level. Now, since you're so far removed from those beginning times, or those struggling times, or those times when you really had to grind, since you're so far removed from that, now all they do is enjoy the wealth on the third generation. Now they're just spinning it. Now their lifestyle, their tolerance is so much higher than that first generation. The first generation came from here and went up there, so their tolerance was like, okay, I can sustain off this. Now at the third generation, they're used to this, but now they want this. So it takes more money or more things to make them feel that same sort of excitement that the first generation had when they first attained the wealth, spending less amount of money and less amount of resources. This being said, guys, when you think about generational wealth, you got to ask yourself, do you just want to pass your generational wealth? Do you just want to pass money and assets along to your next generation? And if so, then kudos to you. And I understand that's a really a great thing too, right? If you're able to at least pass money and assets to your next generation, then you already a leg up on, I imagine, a lot of the United States of America, right? So I'm not gonna take up too much of your time here. We're about to finish up me. I'm talking about this. Then we'll get into the Bengals first, and then Trump almost assassinated or attempted assassination, second attempt on assassination. Crazy. We'll go into that, and then we'll end it off with Diddy, Sean P. Diddy Combs, Puff Daddy, Brother Love is officially been indicted, officially been arrested, right? So anyway, to finish that off, guys, you got to ask yourself one question. You got to ask yourself one question. The one question you ultimately have to ask yourself is, do you just want to pass money along to your next generation, or do you want to pass along processes? The money, as I explained to you, that's usually going by the third generation. So if you're just passing money along to your next generation, they don't know how to, for one, maybe grow it, and for two, sustain it, right? So when you're thinking about how to grow money and sustain money, these are two different skills. How to grow money is one skill. I read about this in this Psychology of Money book, really great book by Morgan Housel. It speaks about how growing money is one skill, right? Because to grow money, you got to be aggressive. You have to be willing to take risk. You got to be willing to work beyond the traditional path. But to sustain, to get money and to have it is one thing, right? To be able to attain a lot of money. To grow it and sustain it is a different thing. To grow it and sustain it, you need to be a little bit more reserved, a little bit more conservative. All of these different skills will not be passed along when you're just passing along money, or houses, or stocks, or whatever your assets are to your next generation. You need to be able to pass along processes, values, other things that don't entail money. So to go back to what I believe in the beginning, what I stated, the importance of being able to create a business, or have a work or a lifestyle. Create a business or have work that revolves around your lifestyle. That's the importance of it, guys, because you have to figure out what that lifestyle is. Once you figure out that lifestyle, ultimately, that's what you'll indulge yourself mostly into. The work becomes secondary, right? And if the work doesn't feel like a lifestyle to you, then it's maybe not work, because it can become overwhelming. If you're doing something that doesn't completely align with what you want to do, then it's going to just feel like work to you, and it's not going to be something you fully enjoy. So all of that I say all of that, guys, to say, find a business or find something that aligns around your life and your lifestyle. whether that's working for somebody or not, that's your own personal decision. I don't think entrepreneurship is for everybody. I really just don't think it is, because it's just not. Everybody got their own route. Everybody got their own way, their own lane. But if you find something that aligns with your business and your lifestyle, because your business can be outside of your company or outside of what you do on a daily basis. And when you wake up for someone else, those few months when I was waking up for somebody else, bro, it was like the worst time because I felt like, bro, I could be doing, waking up, put my energy into my own business, into my own process. I could be doing that instead. So that's what got me back on my hustle when it comes to wholesaling real estate. Again, that's what I do on a daily basis. But that it's like a catch-22. Just because you are able to do something by yourself does not mean that you can't hold yourself accountable. But the difference is that when you holding yourself accountable, you feel so much more rewarded because you get, for one, most of the proceeds at the end. But then for two, that you're holding yourself accountable, guys. It's like, for somebody like me, like, I mean, I'm not gonna say I got problems with authority or whatever it may be, but I prefer to hold myself accountable and to be super watching myself than somebody to be super watching me. So that's just basically what you got to decide for yourself. If you're willing to do that, then you can take yourself and control your time on your own beings. But I've talked enough. This has been enough for the intro. Let's get into the Bengals losing, man. I'm actually really sorry that the Bengals lost. But I didn't. So I took the day off yesterday. Monday. I took the day off Monday mentally from the standpoint of like anything had to do with the Bengals, anything had to do anything. I didn't want to watch any of the post game reactions. So now today I figured we go ahead and jump into the post game reactions. This is like always my favorite thing. I love jumping into, what I'm saying, watching this, but it's just how we lost, man. It just really hurt. It hurt a lot. I can't even lie to you, but let's just see how they felt about it. I don't know. Let's see. Take a deep breath. All right. We good? Yeah, we straight. All right.
It's usually two great teams that, give it their all. So that's usually a recipe for a pretty good game.
What do you think was the main reason why you were able to get the passing game going on the level that you were today?
We felt good about the game plan.
Yo, shout out to Cincinnati Bengals Talk. That's the channel. Also, y'all tuning in. I said we got a few on YouTube and Rumble right now. Also, one just clicked in on Facebook. Guys, go ahead and leave us a thumbs up for the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? If you're enjoying this, getting your day started, get the step in the right way. Of course, we got to get over the sad stuff, but we're going to pick up the energy here in a second. Let's just finish this, see what we think about it.
I was seeing it well. We were protecting. Just didn't do enough to get it done.
How frustrating is this loss maybe compared to some of the other ones you've had in your career?
As frustrating as I've had.
Why?
I'm going to have to kind of think about that one a couple days, and I'm going to have to ask.
All right, so do you think the frustration revolved around, like, for me, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. The biggest thing I was frustrated about, of course, McPherson missing the, like, Money Mac, bro. How you miss the extra point? You Money Mac. You can't miss the extra point. You Money Mac. It's the extra point, my guy. That really. But then Burrow. I mean, like, when Burrow and Chase mess up, it's a difference, right? Like, Burrow and Chase mess up. I'm like, I'm just like, why you do that? Like, dang. Like, when it's like Charlie Jones muffing a punt, I'm like, bro, get out the game. Don't come back in. The Anthony at the end of the game, I'm like, bro, don't start. I don't want him to start again. But when Burrow and Chase mess up, I'm just like, bro, like, like, they're the team. So maybe he's disappointed at himself. I feel like that could be a thing too, because I mean, we can't have him fumbling, bro. We can't have Burrow fumbling, and then it goes for 6. That's the crazy part. Mahomes do what? 3 turnovers. None of them go for a touchdown. The times that we get we flip field position and we scoring field goals. We don't even get touchdowns on offense. Burrow fumble one time and it goes for a touchdown. I think that probably is like really disappointing. And then him and Chase got into it a little bit. I feel like that disappointed him. I mean, the refs, they, let's call it a spade, bro. The refs was they were definitely on the Chiefs side, but let's get it. This is gonna be hard for me to watch.
Asking that again on Wednesday.
Can you tell us a little bit of what happened on the field with Jamar Chase when you were holding him back from the ref?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I was just trying to de-escalate the situation.
Do you know what made him upset?
Look at Burrow sounding like a good cop. I'm just trying to de-escalate this. No. The crazy part is that was really Burrow Chase. That penalty was so. The timing of it was horrible, man. It was the timing of it. I mean, it would have been a 3rd and 7. It went back to like a 3rd and 15 or 3rd and 22. Let's keep watching.
There's something said, but I'm not exactly sure what it was. But you'll have to ask him.
Joe, what Andre did today and with the tight ends, how much you guys lean into them? How much can that continue to help you guys evolve offensively?
Yeah, we're gonna need those guys.
I tell you what. I mean, I just feel like the swagger ain't the same this year. I like Burrow Chain, but I feel like his swagger ain't the same this year. I feel like Jamar's swagger ain't the same this year because he want to get paid too. That's the big thing with Jamar. He want to get paid, so his swagger ain't the same this year. T ain't on the field, bro. How's T not on the field? That's a real because he want to get paid, but he ain't even on the field. That is mind-boggling to me. He should have been on the field. Jermaine Burton, he did good. I mean, shout out to T though. He gonna come back. He gonna do good. But let's keep watching.
Especially way.
Your father knows about saving money.
USAA.
Everything I'm wearing, I've had since boot.
This is really like heavy on me. I feel like
Teams are gonna play us.
I feel like honestly, this is like a good therapy session for me too. I had things that was on my heart and my mind. I let them bury it yesterday. I went to sleep right after the game. I didn't even wake
Those
up.
guys to come up big in these situations, and for the most part, they did.
After missing the time you did, how did it feel to be back in the fight and that kind of moment against a team you like going up against?
Yeah, it's nice being back playing ball, but this one stings a little bit.
That drive, the fourth tree drive, you had you get out of the sack, you got the third one conversion, looked like the work in the gym kind of paid off for you in that drive.
Yeah, I would say that's accurate.
Is this the best you felt throwing the ball? And like going back to whenever, like how is this the best you felt throwing the ball in a while?
Since the injury, yeah.
What's
the offense looked a lot better. I can't say that the offense just looked a lot better. They look well oiled. Shout out to Josevich for catching that touchdown, but then he drops which really could have been a game clincher coming over the middle. I think that was 2nd or 3rd down. Oh, man. We need T. Higgins. I feel like it'd be real nice having Josevich in the Tyler Boyd position. That way we don't put too much pressure on him. But honestly, that catch right there is a Tyler Boyd catch. Like that's the catch in the slot. That's the game. That's the catch.
So can you walk us through what it feels like when you are feeling good and you do have a lot of confidence in throwing? How does that kind of translate to how you play in the game?
Yeah, I thought I played fast and decisive today. Obviously, I got to hold on to the ball. That one was disappointing.
See, I think that was his biggest disappointment. I just feeling like, we don't know Burrow, of course, but just feeling like his pedigree over the years, the biggest disappointment for him is feeling like he didn't do everything he could have done to ultimately put us in the best position to win. He's most of the time the reason why we win. This time, arguably, he's the reason why we lost, and that's just speaking facts. I mean, Jamar, yeah, that was a killer, but Burrow fumbled and then went for a touchdown. He's the franchise, so you can't say too much, but it went for a touch. I mean, of course, Anthony with the thing, but Burrow fumbled and went for the touchdown, bro. But stuff happens. Mahomes turned over 3 times, and are the Chiefs lucky? Are we just come to find out? Last week it was supposed to be a touchdown with the tight end. So I mean, just whatever.
Gifted him 6 points, so that was frustrating. Yeah.
Are you hopeful that your performance today, obviously I'm sure you never doubted yourself, but do you feel like you've proven yourself you can do this again and a high-level game like today can help carry you guys through getting out of the...
You know what's sad? If Burrow didn't do that one turnover, he would have had a great game. If that one turnover didn't happen, he would have had a great... It would have been a great game by Burrow. Like, he would have outplayed Mahomes by years if he didn't do that one thing, man. That's...
We didn't do enough to win the game today, so, we got a lot to fix.
Joe, is there any message to the team, to you guys? Because you've been in this spot before, you've dug yourself out of it before. What's kind of the message going forward?
You went to the tight ends early and all day. Why?
Yeah, that's kind of, how they're playing us and kind of what I expected coming in. We knew they were going to double number 1, and so we needed those guys to step up, and, they did.
Why do these teams play each other as close as they do? I think every game, going back to that 21 season, have come down, and they've basically been exactly like this. Why do these teams play each other so well? And why is there so much passion in this matchup between you guys?
Big-time players making big-time plays. they made more today.
Is the fumble part that sticks with you, or is there something else you're thinking about?
Yeah, there are a couple things. That one obviously really hurt us. So that was frustrating that I put us in that position.
You're obviously not on the field on a 4th and 16, but when that happens, what's going through your mind as you're watching that play?
Somebody got to make a play. Somebody's got to, and they did, and we didn't.
What did y'all make of? I guess a lot of people had, I think it's the biggest underdog y'all been going back to the 21 game on the books. A lot of people didn't think that y'all had a chance of winning this game. Did that play into kind of, what did y'all make of that as y'all went through the week and kind of?
I didn't even know that.
The 4th and 3 to Yoshi. It looked like you were buying some time back there, and we just, did he break off his route, or was that what he was doing?
He broke his route off early. That was an unbelievable job by him, doing it so quickly, understanding what they were trying to defend, and running the route to beat it. So that was a big time play by him.
He was a target for you in the red zone last year, obviously today as well. What has he done to earn your trust? What have you seen from him?
He's done nothing for me to not trust him. All he does is make plays in big spots and continue to get better and better and practice really hard and know what he's doing. So he's going to continue to be a big part of what we're doing here.
Hey, Joe, I know you rushed in to kind of make some peace with Jamar when he was talking to the officials. What were you thinking in terms of trying to get him back focused on what he needed at that point?
Just trying to de-escalate the situation. Hopefully hoping that I'm not entirely sure what was said or who threw the flag, but usually, that was that's all I got to say about that.
Was that the most upset you've ever seen Jamal in all the years you've done it? In a game?
Tough to say, but
Joe, do you hope to see this team again? Do you enjoy these kind of matches? I know it's a loss today.
Yeah, we got a lot before we talk about seeing these guys again in the postseason. We got a lot of football to be played and a lot of practicing to do and a lot of improving to go out and do.
To that point, last week you said nobody's panicked. So how would you say the level of urgency from this team is after this game?
Very high. Thanks, guys.
All right, man. Like I said, bro, he just I don't know. I mean, he was about to shed a tear there. I don't blame him. I went to sleep right after the game. My energy. When you're so invested into it, and then when you lose like that was just that was a tough loss. Ultimately, it was one of those things when you just feel like, one thing goes your way, and one thing goes different. Like that's the crazy part. Like one thing happens differently, my whole day was gonna be different. I probably would have go watch the sunset. I would have. I went to sleep right after the game. I just sat on. Man, I was asleep. It was a crazy game, especially when your main players, like last week, it was the, your add-on pieces messing up, right? You got Charlie Jones muffing a punt. You had I forgot what else. I don't even want to think about it. Then this week, you got two of your main guys, and then you got this rookie who causes. Bro, literally messed up a whole interception. That would have been a crazy interception. We still ended up getting an interception too. That's the crazy part. But that interception, I forgot who was gonna have it, but he called it back because of the Anthony dude. He messed up on Kelsey, right? Same guy at the end of the game comes in, messes up again. Why is he's our seventh? I ain't gonna clown him because obviously he's on the field for a reason. I'm not gonna clown him. He's on the field for a reason. He's our 7th round draft pick. I mean, if we want to blame anybody, why didn't we keep Jesse Bates? Like, I be thinking that every time I'm seeing anybody else out there, I'm like, bro, why don't we have Jesse Bates? Like, Jesse Bates. Imagine having Jesse Bates. No, we don't even go there. Jesse Bates long gone. Like Burrow said, it's a lot of work that we got to do before we even think about seeing the Chiefs again. It's like we lost by such a little thing, but it's hard to say that the Chiefs are lucky because at the end of the day, they won. Last week, they won by a foot in Baltimore. This week, they win by a touch at the end of the game or something. 2 seconds, a split second. Getting there too early, for real.
Well, I mean, our team played hard. I'm really proud of the way they fought, and put ourselves in some really good situations.
I think Zach Taylor called a way better game on offense, way better than last week.
In both halves, defense getting those takeaways was critical. So again, just
the defensive turnovers really shelled up or closed up the defensive line, covered up our defense, because our defensive line is depleted. It's horrible. So us getting those turnovers really helped our defensive line, and just it really covered that spot up. But our defensive line throughout this year, I don't know what we're gonna do because everybody's hurt.
Disappointed that we lost. It's an emotional loss for us. But at the same time, I like where our team's mental state is at right now, how we fought on the road against a really good team. I'm confident that we're going to be able to bounce back the right way and get ourselves in better shape coming into week 3.
How pleased for you to see the way Joe was able to get the tight ends involved today?
Yeah, I just thought our players did a really nice job executing. I thought we had a really good plan for them. I thought they did a great job executing it. I don't know when our first punt came. It was late in the game, I feel like. But there was a lot of good things, and unfortunately, you come up a play short versus a really good team, and I just got to find a way to make one more play than they do.
What was your interpretation of the DPIs, that kind of play?
I mean, it's one of those plays where we may benefit from something like that at some point this season. That's what I told our guys. So, they're calling it like they see it. I thought they called a very fair game, and they saw that as a penalty, so they called it.
It was a penalty. I'm not gonna lie. It was a penalty. He got there early. If he didn't get there early, if he got there at the same time as the ball, like if that dude was jumping up. I mean, he did get there when dude was jumping up, but like he got there early. You can watch. He got there early. I just can't. I want to say he didn't get there early, but he definitely got there early. I can't even cap. I can't cap.
The penalty, and our defense still did a great job. Not giving them any yards after that. So I was proud of the way that they kept battling, because that's an emotional kick right there on 4th and long. And they came out and they got 3 really good stops, and then they got a good kicker, and he made it. So that's really just what the game comes down to.
Yeah, for you guys.
Defense did do good at the end of the game right there.
From your defensive line today, how do you describe that?
Yeah, I mean, relentless. Relentless. That's a prolific offense. And I know they got their chunks in the run game. I thought we did a good job limiting the pass game. Got to kind of pick your poison at times. There's areas we can be better, certainly, but the passion our defense played with, the energy, the relentlessness, the way they took the ball off of them, gave us a really good chance to win the game.
What about the physicalness that Joe played with?
Yeah, I mean, Joe's our leader.
We can't go 0-3. That's all. I don't even feel like watching the rest of it. I'm gonna finish it, but we can't go on. And Washington ain't no slouch, bro.
And so moments like this is what he's built for, and that's where he's at his best. And wouldn't expect anything less from him.
A couple of 4th down decisions today. You clearly were going to be aggressive. You were early on. How much was there any hesitancy on either of those, or was that kind of a no-brainer in both those spots?
No-brainer is a tough word to use there. But you just feel like we got to take advantage of those opportunities. And Mike did a great job. I mean, Joe did a great job finding Mike on that first 4th down. The line did an excellent job on the protection on the 4th and goal. We got in a situation.
I was really happy he went for it with no hesitation on that 4th down.
Where Drew was getting an IV, and so we're in the goal line, and there's a lot of Drew stuff, and they were playing heavy people, so it was challenging like it always is down there. And glad that our guys found a way to battle and get that touchdown.
Was Jamar upset about got the penalty?
You'll have to ask him.
What gave you confidence?
They pissed at Jamar. You can tell. They both pissed at Jamar. They both pissed at him.
And Anthony and some high leverage snaps against Kelsey.
He's done a great job.
No need to be, for real though. I mean, honestly, I felt like it was the hip tackle. I mean, I can't say it was a hip tackle. I feel like regardless of what, he should have kept it together way more. But I mean, it's Jamar. So what can you say? That's what you only can say what they said. Ask him.
Training camp, and so there's always a role for these guys that early on show that it's not too big for them, and so that's what we expect from Dejan, and so again, proud of those young guys for taking advantage of the opportunity.
What is your message?
Yeah, man, it's crazy out here. Man. Those some company shoes.
It's okay to be emotional. I'm not in the middle of it. So I can't see everything that's said or done. So it's better that I don't comment.
Jamar get the benefit of the doubt, right? So you can't comment on that. Jamar get the benefit of the doubt because it's him. I couldn't even be too mad. I just was like Jamar, stop. Like, dang. I wasn't mad though. I'm just like, bro. I thought he was gonna come back and make a play the next play. Honestly, I was like thinking that, but it didn't happen.
What was your vantage point of?
Then McPherson makes the 53-yard field goal, but misses the extra point, bro. That's crazy.
Cam Taylor brings interception.
Straight down the sideline, unbelievable.
If that interception, if we won, that'd be the only thing people talking about is the interception. If we won, that one hand interception is the only thing we talking about today throughout the rest of the week. He almost would have been in. I ain't gonna say. I mean, these days the gloves, everybody knows the gloves are real sticky these days. But either way, he would have been the talk of the town for at least a week.
One-handed pick. He was in a great position. He's got incredible ball skills. That's something that's shown up since probably he was in high school playing quarterback and showed up on his tape in Nebraska. He makes those plays all the time. Had a ton of picks last year, and so that's what we expect from Cam.
What's the biggest difference you saw in Joe's passing game, especially how?
I mean, so much is made of last week's passing game. It's Joe, we're in great shape, okay? And so Joe played like we expect our passing game to perform.
So Burton came through. I mean, I know you want to give him some snaps. He had a big one.
Yeah, not a lot of opportunities came his way.
If you keep leading Burton on that, that's a touchdown. I feel like Burrow kind of, I mean, it was a good ball, hands down, good ball. But I feel like he kind of maybe underthrew him just a little bit, just because he kind of slowed down. If you watch the play, Burton slowed down a little bit. If you keep leading him a little bit, you give him a chance to run under it. But I mean, nonetheless, we got to. Actually, I don't think we got a touchdown on the drive. I think it was just a field goal. Yeah.
But he did his job. He made a huge play for us to start that half. And so, proud of the way that he's continued to progress.
After that play, you have 10 plays inside the 23. You get the 4th and goal for a touchdown. Is that a point of growth here early on in the season, that small chunk of plays?
That's just our expectation that's how we've always been, a good red zone team that put the ball in. There's been times where we've got, I think, 20 straight possessions scoring touchdowns in the red zone, over the last couple of years. So our expectation is to get 7 points in there. It didn't always work out that way. In a game like this, that can oftentimes be the difference, holding them to 3 or us getting that touchdown. We knew it was going to come down. I thought our defense did a great job early on, making them kick a field goal. And so, again, there was a lot of things that we did well.
What did you see on the fumble they recovered for touchdown?
Yeah, I'll have to watch that one.
I know it's not where you want to be at 0-2, but you take any solace, any confidence in the fact that you have done it the last 2 years and dug out of it?
Yeah, we've been here before, unfortunately. And so we know what this feels like. We know it's a long season. We know we can get ourselves out of it, stick together, get our emotions in check with an extra day this week, come back ready to play a great game in front of our crowd. I expect it to be a great crowd.
Is there anything looking back in hindsight you wish y'all maybe could have done a little bit better given the outcome?
Anytime you're going to play a team that's won 3 of the last 4 Super Bowls, it's going to be a challenge. And not everything's going to be perfect. And you got to be ready to grind out some adversity. And I thought our guys did a great job grinding out some adversity. I didn't think there was ever a time where they just had outstanding momentum. Anytime they got some momentum, I thought the other unit did a good job rising up and taking the pressure off. And so, again, I'm disappointed that we lost the game, but that doesn't mean I'm disappointed with our players and how they played and where we're going to go for a team as we move forward.
Zach, do you have an update on the severity of Legion?
I don't yet. No, we'll find out more tomorrow probably.
Shout out to Cincinnati Bengals Talk. It's a great podcast. I mean, brother, what else can we really say? Shout out to y'all tuning in. Feel free to leave a super chat and get a thumbs up. Appreciate y'all tuning in. All right, let's turn up the energy a little bit more, y'all. Like I said, let me wrap that up. Look, the Bengals, it's a long season, y'all. All the Bengals faithful for tuning in. A long season. Leave a thumb up for the algorithm. I'll be here covering the Bengals. I mean, I'm a Bengals fan, right? So I'm gonna talk about the Bengals. I ain't covering them, but I'm always talk about the Bengals because I'm a huge diehard fan. That being said, shout out to Coach Taylor. I feel like everybody give him a lot of grief about the play calling last week. I mean, he just was trying to, get everybody into the game. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like he did a way better job this week. The play calls is way better. It's just about executing and getting T. Higgins back. I feel like we get T. Higgins back faithfully Monday because we can't go 0-3. So T has to come back on Monday. I mean, it's not really a question. We got to get as much people as possible back on the line. The Washington Redskins, they're 1-1. We're 0-2. We cannot go. Like, this is the Washington Super Bowl right here. Like, they playing the Bengals on Monday Night Football. Like, they're about to be so hyped. So we can't go 0-3. I feel like Jamar go feel a lot better when he got T there. That's gonna free up some space for Jamar. We got Josevach in the slot. That Burton guy look like he could be a good 4th asset coming in. So I mean, we got some squad, but it's just really about us. Like you said, we've been here before, but it's not a good thing. We can't keep coming here. Done talking about it. On to next week. This has been a therapy release session for me. Thanks for listening. All right. So now let's get into the next segment of things. And this is Trump. Uncle Trump. I feel like with Trump, y'all, like, it's actually crazy that he has almost been deleted twice. You know what I'm saying? Let's say deleted, right? But Let's see what the results are with the polls right now. First off, let's keep in mind that these polls are before him almost being deleted. We all know he about to rise up. Anytime something gangster happen to Trump, he rise up in the polls. Trump is a real gangster out here. Let's check out the polls and see what's going on right now, though. And this is CNN polls.
Senior data reporter at an undisclosed location somewhere. I don't know. Oh, you're still right here? Harry is at an undisclosed location to explain to us why this poll in and of itself isn't either A, surprising, or B,
no.
great news for Harris. Explain.
Oh, no. All right, y'all, we got to rewind it. You know, they be trying to get you, boy. Let's keep it all up on the up and ups. Pop. All right. And rewind. All right, y'all, start it now.
Unlikely voters. So what's the problem for the Harris campaign, then, you ask? Well, with us now, CNN senior data reporter at an undisclosed location.
CNN.
Somewhere. I don't know. Oh, you're still right here? Harry is at an undisclosed location to explain to us why this poll in and of itself isn't either A, surprising, or B, that great news for Harris. Explain.
All right, so, it's not that surprising, Mr. Berman, from my undisclosed location. You'll never guess where I am. So take a look here. National polls of the last month, including leads within the margin of error. Look, Kamala Harris leads in pretty much every single national poll. She's led in 9 of the polls that have been released over the last month. Trump has just led in 1 national poll.
All the polls before, like, this poll stuff was released were saying that if Biden dropped out of the race, then Trump will be losing the race because Trump was only ahead because Biden was in. That's what everybody was saying. I mean, it is CNN, but let's keep watching.
Over the last month, and we've had 1 tie. So the fact that a national poll shows Kamala Harris ahead, not really much of a surprise because, John, pretty much all of them do.
And the thing is, Harry, thanks to the founding fathers, this isn't a national election exactly, is it? Oh, now you're suddenly behind me. You keep on moving. There's Harry, still in an undisclosed location, but at least virtually behind me, making me very nervous. All right, Harry, talk to us about what the states look like, the battleground states.
Yeah, so look, this is about the Electoral College, right? So let's take a look at the average margin. Nationally, Harris is ahead in the average poll by 2.5 points. But look in those 7 key battleground states, Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Harris is only ahead by 0.3 points, John. So the bottom line is, in those 7 key battleground states, it's a significantly tighter race than it is nationally, John.
So Al Gore and Hillary Clinton are calling right now, Harry, asking what the chances are that Harris could win the popular vote but lose in the Electoral College.
Okay, so basically,
that's what happened in 2016 with Hillary, right?
Nationally here, right? Okay.
All right, that's what happened with Trump, I think, in 2022. Yeah.
Harris's chances, if she wins the popular vote by 2 to 3 points, the chance she wins the Electoral College is only 53%. The bottom line is, once you have to get all the way north to about 3 to 4 points for Harris to have a clear chance, the clear majority chance of winning the Electoral College. If she only wins by less than 2, look at that. Only a 23% chance of winning. Right now, Harris is in that danger zone where basically about half the time, given that popular vote margin nationally, she would win. And so here's the situation. Chance Harris wins the popular vote at this point is about 70%, but the chance she wins the Electoral College is only about 50%. So the bottom line is, at this hour, John, there's about a 20% chance that Kamala Harris wins the popular vote, but actually loses in the Electoral College. So we could be heading towards one of these splits that we saw in 2016 and in 2000, whereby one candidate, Kamala Harris, wins in the popular vote, but loses in the Electoral College. Basically, at this hour, we're right in that sort of weird middle zone where we honestly don't know what's going to happen based upon the popular vote, and that is why those national polls that show Kamala Harris ahead, at this point, really don't matter that much.
Harry Etten, thank you so much wherever you are. Stay safe, my friend. And Sarah.
Continuing the conversation, she's right here with me. I do not have to search around. CNN political commentator and Battleground host, S.E. The post-debate polling you saw there from Harry, a sign of something in the future or the post-debate bump that everyone was expecting?
This race was, is, and always will be very, very close. And that's why we're looking so narrowly at these swing states, and within the swing states, very specific voters, independent, undecided, moderate voters. And so the name of the game here is not complicated, it's not confusing, it's real clear. Both campaigns have their bases. They both need to reach these voters.
Right. The bases will come out.
They're there.
It's the other undecided.
Right.
And
It's the undecided voters that they got to market to. I think this is very interesting for real because it's gonna be one of those things. I guess it was 2016. They say it happened where Trump lost the popular vote, but he won the electoral college vote, and they're saying that's because he won certain states that had less population density. But he won the states, so the states electoral college votes counted. But they're like, so like, you know, your middle states, right? Like North Dakota, South Dakota, all those kind of states, less population, but you're winning them. So, you know, California, New York, more population, but they also got more electoral. I mean, I don't know how to stop. I'm not about to sit back and act like I know how this work out, bro. I'm not about to act like I do. I don't know fully how it works out, y'all. Like nobody really knows. As far as we know, bro, this could be all decided in the back of a room with some coffee. Like this could be really decided over tea. We don't know really how this is decided, but if we're going off what they telling us, then what I just said is really what happened in 2016 and what could possibly happen in 2024. If we're going off what it's told us, then that's what's going on right now. All right. Let's check out him almost being shot again, though. I thought that was really crazy. They made like a report on this somewhere. We ain't about to watch a whole thing on it. Just like a Trump shot. Ooh, I got shot. I got shot again. All right. Y'all remember Boondocks? He was like, "Oh no, I really did." They were singing a song. They thought it was a song. All right, whatever.
This is the second most toxic thing in your kitchen. If you still using plastic or wood cutting boards,
Donald Trump. They really got to chill with these ass. Maybe I should get YouTube Premium for real. Oh, there we go. They got your boy set on 1.1. All right, 101. Hottest thing under the sun. I come from under that busting the time, and then one to the head. Now you know he did.
Trump says he's safe and well after reports of gunshots described to have been fired in his vicinity. Local officials in Palm Beach in Florida say it happened in the grounds of his golf course while he was playing. An AK-47 assault rifle has apparently been recovered, and a man is in custody.
They said that like his area around his golf course is like the hood. You know, the hood. Like the crazy part about like Florida though, like unless you in the hood of Florida, then you ain't gonna know it's the hood. Unless you in like the hood, you can tell. Everybody know when you in a hood. But if you like in like a middle type ground, you're not like. Whereas like some parts of Florida, they actually do got the ran down houses and like just you can just tell. But some parts is like you cannot tell. You just wouldn't never think it.
Well, Tom Bateman is live in Washington with the very latest for us now.
Trump posted up on the block with all his humps.
Tom, what more have you got?
Well, what is clear so far, Clive, is that this happened 3 hours ago as Donald Trump was playing golf. He was said to be between holes at his private course on West Palm Beach in Florida. Now, law enforcement officials say that multiple gunshots were heard at that moment, and the Secret Service detail that was protecting him at the time returned fire. There was a suspect that was seen and then seemed to flee, to run away from the scene. Now, law enforcement officials say they have recovered a weapon and a scope from the scene there, and they are at the moment around a wooded area on the edge of that golf course. Now, separately, the local sheriff in West Palm County says that they closed the interstate highway after this, trying to find what they described as a suspect. They have stopped a car and detained a person that they say is of interest. That person now in the custody of the FBI, and the car itself is being searched. Now, what had been unclear until a few moments ago is whether or not Donald Trump was the intended target of this apparent shooting. Some US media were reporting unnamed law enforcement officials saying that he was the intended target, but that matter seems to have been cleared up in the last few minutes as the FBI have put out a very short statement saying that they are investigating this as an attempted
who else would they be shooting? Like, right?
Assassination of Donald Trump. What that means is we have now witnessed what is potentially the second attempt on the former president's life during this election campaign. Remember, it was just over 2 months ago that a 20-year-old man tried to kill him at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. That led to the resignation of the director of the Secret Service over failures in that. Now, Donald Trump himself, his motorcade has been seen leaving the resort there and heading to Mar-a-Lago, which is just a few miles away.
All right. So yeah, bro almost got, you know what I'm saying, again, but this was they've caught the guy. Like you guys have probably seen that. They've caught him. This is the dude right here, Ryan Wesley Roof. This is the guy.
This is about good versus evil. This is a storybook. You know, any movie we've ever watched, this is definitely evil against good.
He like one of them dudes that's on the purge, I mean. I feel like he one of the guys that's on the purge.
President Trump, they were on the 5th hole. They were about to go up to putt. They heard pop, 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 pop.
Pop, 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 pop. I mean, honestly, it's if I like, do we think Trump should just stay in the house right now? Like, he might be better, like, going from the house to the rally to get some food back to the house. Like, he just, I don't know if like golfing and just be, but like that's what makes Trump though. He gonna be out there, like he don't care. But I think bro might, like, it's September 17th, y'all. Like, we about what 45, maybe 50 days away from the election. I'm just saying they might start ramping up more attempts. The people that are doing this, they on some like kamikaze type stuff. Like, they don't, like, they know getting caught is part of it. Like, they ready to get caught. That's what it looked like. I just think bro might be ready. He might just want to chill because we could have been waking up today or yesterday or whenever this was, saying that Trump was eliminated. And that'd be crazy if Trump got eliminated. And there's going to be a section of society that's going to be excited about Trump being eliminated. It's going to be another section that's like ready to take off on it. Person like me, I'm going to be right here just looking at it, you know what I'm saying, report it, bringing it to y'all, and just being like, yo, this crazy, reacting with y'all. But I just think that it's something that he might just want to think about until the election is official. Just take a step back, bro. Like, just, you got about 45, 50 days to possibly be in the office. But then when this does happen, it does make it more interesting. People ready to vote for him, like, for stuff like this happening. But then some people are just saying, like, this is even more evidence why we should not vote for him because he causes all this. But actually, Trump said that the reason why all of this was happening was because of Kamala Harris. He blamed it on Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Let's watch a little bit of this, and I'm gonna show you what he said.
Now, in the bushes where this guy was is a AK-47 style rifle with a scope, 2 backpacks which were hung on the fence that had a ceramic tile in them, and a GoPro, which he was going to take pictures of. We were able to get a hit on that vehicle on I-95 as it was headed into Martin County. We got a hold of Martin County Sheriff's Office, alerted them, and they spotted the vehicle and pulled it over and detained the guy.
It look crazy. People want to criticize politicians. Bruno Mars. We gotta get Bruno Mars. Bro, why are you beefing with Bruno? Those ladies.
Millions of people in this square, filling the square from every country around the world. And why we don't, I don't understand. We need everybody.
So this is him, the guy who was actually just trying to eliminate Trump. This is him talking.
We should have thousands upon thousands of people standing here with the Ukrainians. This Made the Square, Independence Square, we should have millions of people in this square, filling the square from every country around the world. And why we don't, I don't understand. We need everybody here. You know, if you have no skills, just come. You know, we need to be cheerleaders. Just being here and saying, hey, I support the Ukrainians, and I support human rights, and I support good and generosity and caring and kindness and altruism. And it's just, you know, we need to show the world.
Some people that believe stuff like this be like confusing the mess out of me, bro. You believe all of this, but then you're at the same time ready to like. But people are ready to die over their beliefs, right? So he's ready to kill over his beliefs, but at the same time, it's just it's such a contradiction. But at the same time, that's why you really cannot question people's beliefs, because it makes sense to them, and that's ultimately all that matters, right?
That we care.
But he definitely looked like he a little off something, right? He looked like he belonged on the purge.
Every time that I suggested that we bring in Afghan.
You're not a true. He has described himself on his LinkedIn profile as mechanically minded and enjoying ideas and invention and creative projects with artistic flair. So what we're saying is, if we see this description on LinkedIn, then you better flag him. Flag him right now. The nigga's crazy. Crazy smile, bro. His dad reportedly hates Trump like every reasonable person does, but claim he's not a violent person. So the son of this guy just said that his dad hates Trump just like every reasonable person does. I don't get it. So, like, how did it become so common to just hate Trump? I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, I never met the dude, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people that hate him has never met him either. I mean, hate and love is like two sides of the same coin, right? I guess you got a lot of people that love him too, but the hate factor of it, I mean, I can't. No, I'm not even gonna say that. I can't even say that. All right, y'all. I think we get the gist. This guy's wild looking. One of them crazy dudes. I bet he always happy, smiling. And hey, let me get the door for you. Hey, are you all right? Hey, crazy. Get out of my face. Stop smiling at me. Maybe people like this, bro. Look, I get you gonna wake up today. You're gonna walk down the street. You're gonna get some coffee at Starbucks. You're gonna do something. You're gonna go to Dunkin'. You're gonna see somebody that look just like this. And keep in mind, these be the ones. I told you heard it here first. These be the ones. Keep in mind, bro. Like, don't be trusting all this smiling, bro. Keep smiling in my face. All right. So anyway, Trump had to say this about it. Trump. He said that it was Kamala Harris and Tim Walz were the ones to blame. All right.
I mean, it's crazy to think about it. Like, it used to cost millions to advertise on TV, and now...
And we have new details on the suspect in the second assassination attempt against former President Trump. The sheriff who pulled him over is speaking out, describing him as oddly ambivalent.
I was at the scene, and he had a very, very kind of detached, flat facial affect. Like,
I feel like that. He just seemed like one of them airy people. Hey, yeah, I'm doing good today. How are you? Really? That's awesome. Yeah, that's what he seemed like to me.
Wasn't bothering him, and I was immediately suspicious. I thought, yeah, this is probably the guy. How does this guy get to a fence?
A flat smile.
With a tactical rifle and a sight on it, and get a bead on the former president of the United States. One of these things, this guy is a lone wolf, which is extremely dangerous because we have no idea when they're operational, or he's part of some bigger conspiracy.
Authorities found an AK-47 at the scene. They also recovered 2 backpacks. They recovered a GoPro camera. They recovered bullet deflecting plates, and those plates were hanging on the fence. So we saw that in the images they released last evening.
Bullet deflecting plates. That's like one of them. If you playing like paintball or something like that, like when you got some barriers up.
Evening. New reaction, Wall Street Journal editorial board. They say, quote, the failure of another assassination attempt against Donald Trump on Sunday, the second in 2 months, is a great relief, but also another warning about our deranged politics. Kayleigh McEnany with us now. Bit of commentary.
I think Trump might just be better staying at home. It's gonna get closer. Another month, third month. I'm praying that we don't have another one.
She's observing. Good morning to you on this Monday. How do you piece this together, Kayleigh?
Yeah, look, when I see that Wall Street Journal piece, I think people on both sides of the aisle need to stop back and reflect before they send out any sort of message on social media. Does this add to the politically caustic time we're in or detract from it before sending out a message on either side? I only hold the shooter responsible for his actions.
Of an upswing for Harris at 52-46. And then asking who won the debate, ABC News poll 58-36 as well.
Look at that. 52-46, 52-46. Harris is up on polls according to Fox. Now this is Fox. So if Fox is saying this for Trump, then you know it's real. Trump definitely down on them polls. Trump definitely down on them polls, right?
On that front. But President Trump still up in the swing states, or at least within the margin of error. And in talking
today, we're just talking about swing states.
To undecided voters who will decide the election, they thought that Trump won, or at least they did on the economy, and that's their.
Who won the debate? 58 to 30. I think everybody can agree. Kamala, for it being her first, like she had the new kid syndrome too, right? This is her first debate. She the new kid on the block. So I'm not. I mean, I think she won. I said that when I was watching it. I feel like she won. That was the best thing out of the debate. Just her personality, not like the actual policies and stuff, because they didn't really go over policies. It was just seeing her personality, which. That's really crazy, right? That's what we're judging the presidency of.
Their most important issue. So what should we make of all this?
You know, I think back to these personal anecdotes that are outlined in the New York Times of voters, and one such came from a woman named Judith. She was about a mile outside of the Harris event in Pennsylvania on Friday, and she said, I thought Harris did a wonderful job in the debate, but I need to know more about where she stands economically. This is a woman who works for the school bus system, makes $7.25 an hour. Her rent went from $675 to $1,000, and she finds herself supporting President Trump because of the economy. When you have a universe in that ABC poll of 3% persuadable likely voters, only 3%, on the margins things matter. The economy is in Trump's column, and you have to wonder, when is the game changer moment for Kamala Harris coming? The polls are razor thin. She had her biggest audience at the DNC night 4, her biggest audience in the debate, 67 million people. When is she going to get another audience like that? Maybe never.
That's a good question. We'll see whether or not they go back and forth in this debate.
So Kamala actually had her first single interview, and a lot of people didn't hear about it. We're not going to go over it today. But I thought that was really crazy that a lot of people didn't hear about it. And from what I've been seeing, she didn't do so well. So did Kamala reach her peak?
Fox News update now on what we're hearing from the former president. He spoke with Fox Digital a moment ago, and he blames Biden and Harris's rhetoric, Haley, for causing him to be, quote, shot at. He went on to say, let me get the quote here, guys. Ralph, believed the rhetoric of Biden and Harris, and he acted on it. Their rhetoric is causing me to be shot at when I'm the one who is going to save the country, and they're the ones that are destroying the country, both from the inside and out.
So he's saying Ralph believing in what they're saying.
The opposite. These are people that
Ralph is the shooter.
Want to destroy our country, adding that it's called the enemy from within. They are the real threat, end quote. So really yesterday it was thank the Secret Service. Mm-hmm. You guys did a great job. I'm okay. Thanks for your support. And today it is much different after meeting with the acting Secret Service director this past hour.
I think he should question their rhetoric. Again, I only hold the shooter responsible for their actions, but I do wonder why there has not been more of a forceful condemnation. Both of them put out statements condemning this. We heard that chopper talk from President Biden. But after the last attempt, he gave an Oval Office address 24 hours later. That met the moment. Why is he not doing that now? Kamala Harris did not mention this in the DNC, did not mention the assassination attempt in the debate. I would love to see her mention this on the campaign trail. Let's all lower the rhetoric. I don't know that their response has really met the moment this time around, despite condemnations of paper statements, Twitter, and
that would be a powerful moment if she were to go to a microphone today and say,
yes,
cool.
She may.
She also has the power to convene. And I said this the last time, you can ask for the Secret Service to come and give you a personal briefing.
Yes.
About what happened. I mean, Director Rowe went directly to Mar-a-Lago. She could ask for the same thing. I'm sure she's probably worried about her own family as well. But Donald Trump making his point in that post today. So we'll keep an eye on it. And thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. So like I said, Trump really should, in my personal opinion, think about just kicking it at the crib. You know what I'm saying? You got about 50 days left until you officially are elected to be in office. Relax. I'm sure you gotta, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that is his resort, his defense. And like he just was at a regular resort. He was at his place. But since it's his place, you would think he need to coordinate some outside security on your own. Then, like, it's crazy out here, man. Really crazy out here for the president. God bless Trump, right? I mean, don't want to see nobody go out like that. That's the worst possible outcome, right? He lose, that's one thing. He get eliminated. That's a sad day for America, I think. And I think it's really sad because that does happen. Like, the country would be so torn. There'd probably be people celebrating on Twitter, and actually not Twitter. Twitter's probably like the least likely one because, you know what I'm saying, most people on Twitter are probably messing with them. But Facebook and Instagram and all the other subliminals that'll be thrown out there, this is why you don't talk like this. This is why you act like this. That's not how a politician act. All that kind of stuff, I can just see it now. It's not a good look. Not a good look for America or democracy. So anyway, this is why Vivek need to be his representative. All right. I mean, for real, Vivek could be a good running mate for him still, but I guess that JD Vance is already in there. Shout out to JD Vance too, though. I mean, hey, he's in there. He's in there now. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and finish this up with Diddy. We about to go ahead and look into Diddy, right? Mr. P. Diddy Combs, Sean Diddy Combs. He got arrested last night. That's really sad, right? I mean, is it? Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's a good thing, depending on who you ask. All right. Here we are. All right.
Breaking news tonight, Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul. His attorney tells CNN that he is currently being processed. The charges are unclear as of this moment. Joining us now is CNN's entertainment reporter Elizabeth Wagmeister, and also with us CNN chief legal correspondent Ellie Honig. Elizabeth, you were a big part of revealing some details about Diddy's conduct in private over the course of the last couple of months. That video led to a lot more scrutiny on what he has been accused of. What do we know at this point about what this case might ultimately be about?
Abby, at the moment, we don't know what the charges are. I have information that he was.
Get that boy. This will never not be
Arrested tonight at a Manhattan hotel. He is currently being processed. I heard from his attorney. They are.
Oh my God. I remember when I first saw that, I was like, this is real? Thought it was AI, bro. This boy, Diddy wild, man. That's a wild man right
Still
there.
Maintaining his innocence. They said that in anticipation of these charges that Diddy relocated to information that he was arrested tonight at a Manhattan hotel. He is currently being processed.
He didn't even think. Bro was on a real mission. He was on a mission. Like, he didn't even think. It wasn't hey, wait, like, stop. It was like, he already knew she pressed the button. Like, that boy is wild, man. That boy is wild.
I heard from his attorney. They are still maintaining his innocence. They said that in anticipation of these charges that Diddy relocated to New York last week. And here's a statement from his attorney. They are still maintaining charges are. I have information that he was arrested tonight at a Manhattan hotel. He is currently being processed. I heard from his attorney.
Thought she was free. She was coming up. She was just about to press the button. She thought she was free. That's so sad right there, bro. And then look at him coming on smiling. Take that.
Attorney, they are still maintaining his innocence. They said that in anticipation of these charges that Diddy relocated to New York last week. And here's a statement that I have from his attorney. He says, "We are disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by the U.S. Attorney's Office." He goes on to say that he is an imperfect person, but is not criminal. Now, Abby, that video that you just spoke about was a few months ago when our team broke this disturbing video of Diddy violently assaulting his ex-girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura, better known as the singer, her stage name, Cassie. Now, up until this point, when we broke this video, Diddy had denied the allegations against him. Cassie is one of 10 civil suits against Diddy, 9 of which he is accused directly of sexually assault. Up until that video, he denied everything. After that video came out, he changed his tone. He apologized for his conduct in that video. But I have to tell you, Abby, just as of last week, a former member of Danity Kane, which was one of the bands from Making the Band, Diddy's show that was on MTV, she sued him for sexual assault and other disturbing allegations, and he denied that. So he continues the denials, and he still maintains his innocence, even though he has been arrested tonight.
And Ellie, not a huge amount of information available tonight, but Elizabeth brought up something that I want you to give us a little bit of insight into. Diddy is here in New York, in Manhattan. He apparently came here in anticipation that something like this might happen. what should we understand about what that might mean? It could very well be that this is a federal arrest being processed here in New York.
So, Abby, there are some important things we do not know, including the specific charges that have been lodged against Sean Combs. But there are some really important things we do know. First of all, based on the attorney's statement, based on our reporting, this is a federal prosecution. It's not a state prosecution. The fact that he's being processed in Manhattan tells me that's the Southern District of New York. That's consistent with the reporting that the Southern District of New York had been handling this case. That's the office I used to work at. That's an office that sort of specializes in high stakes cases. Just in the last year or so, Southern District of New York, just as an example, has successfully prosecuted Sam Bankman-Fried, Senator Robert Menendez. The other thing that we do know is a grand jury has indicted.
Bankman-Fried is our boy on the crypto guy. Gemini, right? That wasn't Gemini. It was crypto. Let me start saying the specific ones. I don't know, but it was the crypto. One of the wallets. One of the sites. Was it Gemini? I don't know. Either way. But yeah, that was him.
Sean Combs, meaning they found probable cause that he committed at least one federal crime. Now, as to what happens next, there will be, likely tomorrow or within the next couple of days, but usually in the SDNY, you try to do it the next day, there will be an arraignment, meaning...
It wasn't Gemini. Gemini is like the one with those twins that almost started Facebook.
Sean Combs will appear in court with his lawyers. There are no cameras in federal court. He will be advised of the charges against him, and he will almost certainly enter a not guilty plea. But the key thing to watch for is then we'll have the question of bail. Will prosecutors agree to let him out on bail? Will prosecutors ask the judge to lock him up pending trial? That could end up in a contentious argument. So these are things that are going to play out over the next 24 or 48 hours. And finally, Abby, with respect to the charges themselves, it's important to note, we've all seen that video, but assault and sexual assault are not federal crimes. Those are prosecuted in state court. So what I expect to see when we see this indictment is some sort of crime with some element of organization to it, sex trafficking, something along those lines, if it's based on some of the allegations we've heard.
And of course, back in March, his homes in LA and in Miami were raided. All of this leading up to this moment. Elizabeth and Ellie, a lot more to this story will be coming up in the coming days and weeks.
Oh, shit.
Today, large crowds gathered across the country.
All right. Yo, that's crazy, right? The Diddy, Mr. Take That himself, y'all. It's a sad thing. I mean, stop sharing that. The fact that he's going out like that, man, it's like the lower third really state of the culture. P. Diddy was a staple of the culture, not even just like state of it. You know, growing up, we all listen to P. Diddy. We always wearing Sean John. I mean, he's innocent until proven guilty, but it's looking bad for him right now, man. So. I mean, I guess it's bad for the victims too, right? Whoever the victims were throughout all this too. So, I mean, it's messed up situation here. Messed up situation. I think Diddy, he gonna most likely go to jail, but I just hope they don't go like 30 years on some R. Kelly stuff though. That'd be crazy. I think if he go like, I mean, you know, I think bro's like 54 or something like that, 53. I just hope he get out before he's 60. You know what I'm saying? The way he still got some good years left. Let's take that. But, you know, like I said, shout out to the victims as well. Blessings to them. I mean, that's what I mean. But yeah, so P. Diddy's officially out of here, bro. That's crazy. P. Diddy out of here. They're saying Jay-Z might, if they get Jay-Z, that'd be really like that'd be my childhood has like been a lie, right? Like, I mean, good for me that I mainly like the 50 Cent anyway, right? Bigger 50 Cent fan than anything than any of those other guys. Also, I was born in the 90s, but I wasn't really raised in the 90s, so that's why 50 Cent more of my speed. I was raised in the 2000s. So man, that's it though. I appreciate y'all tuning in today. Thank you guys. Like, we got a few tuning in on all of the platforms that we were on today. So I appreciate you guys tuning in on the platforms as always. You know what I'm saying? You know what to do. Until next time. As always, this is it's 8:30 in the morning right now, so feels pretty good. I need to get my day started. I got to eat me some breakfast and get the you know what I'm saying. Until next time, as always, get the stepping.